This week's Toastface Top 50 Movie List drinking game is brought to you by The Witch. The Witch. If you're on fire, it just might put you out. This week, if Topher or Monica says the phrase, "Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?" take a drink. If they say it with an accent of any kind, take 2 drinks. Enjoy. And we're joy in spots where
I don't remember where we were.
I may have just snotted on the microphone.
Excellent.
My
It was
apologies.
really devoid of snot.
Yeah, it's too clean and nice. Oh my word.
What's happening?
Everything is just falling apart.
Derailed.
Devolved. Oh my god.
Toastface Podcast.
Toastface.
Toastface
We're gonna
Podcast.
pod some cast.
Toastface
We're
Podcast.
gonna toast some face.
Toastface
We're
Podcast.
gonna pod some cast. Welcome to the Toastface Podcast. I'm Topher Owen.
I'm Monica Owen.
And this is the Toastface Top 50 Movie List podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about our top 50 movies that we just could see over and over and over again, and we share them with each other and with you each and every week.
Me.
It was inspired by a podcast called Craig's List, created by Craig and Carla Kakowski. It's an awesome podcast. Go off and see it. And we're
Go
gonna,
see it.
yes.
It's a podcast.
Go see that damn podcast. And we're going to be talking about movies as if you've seen them. So there will be spoilers. So we're going to be ruining movies if you haven't seen them. And
It's fun. It's a fun thing that we do.
Yeah, it's totally fun. It's a good game.
Ruining movies.
So for this week, we watched The Incredibles. But before we get into The Incredibles,
Oh,
I do
just
have...
total cock block there.
I did?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
That's okay.
I do have, from the previous week, clarifications.
Toastface clarifications.
Hooray! What would we do without clarification?
Yeah, we would do what we did last week.
Yeah.
So last week, the three of us, Jason was here with us, our son, and we got to do a rather lively discussion about The Raid Redemption, which was
Because
the movie.
it's so good.
It is so good, and that was the movie we watched last week. And Monica brought up that it was there was another movie that was sort of like The Raid Redemption that she hates because she feels like it is a total ripoff, and that is Dread, the movie Dread.
Yep.
So here are the clarifications on that.
Toastface clarifications.
Because we've had this discussion for a while now, and I agree with you. Dread feels like a really blatant copy of The Raid, especially since The Raid, in my opinion, is a superior film.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready for this?
Sure.
I'll try and make it as quick as possible. So, there was a movie called Morantau, and it was released in 2009. That's important.
Oh, dear listener, this part is so very boring, so I will give you an abridged version of what he's saying. Essentially, Dread cannot be a copy of The Raid because it was in pre-production prior to The Raid being conceived, and it was filming before The Raid even had a script finished. All of this can be found on Wikipedia if you choose to do the math. And now we take you back to the Toastface Podcast, truncated for her pleasure.
Dread, the movie, was released September 7th, 2012, which is almost 1 year after The Raid was released at the Toronto International Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was started about 3 years prior.
So, basically, Dread is a copy of The Raid.
100%.
Thank you for that
There's no doubt in my mind.
history lesson.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I gave that to you. So, all right. So, we're moving on from that.
Unfortunately, you did what?
It felt like that dragged. It was boring.
Oh, it's just because it was facts.
Facts are boring, aren't they?
Those kind are, yes.
All right, so moving on to The Incredibles then.
No sorries for your research, by the way.
Okay.
Is that your only clarification?
Toastface clarifications.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, well, it was a big one, so
It was huge,
it
yeah.
was good. Okay.
All right, so moving on to The Incredibles,
Incredible.
which is an awesome movie. It's my number 47 movie.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
So why is that a movie you can watch over and over again?
I think there are lots and lots of elements of that movie that play into parts of me that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a superhero movie, and I enjoy superheroes.
Yeah.
But I think primarily it's a movie about people wanting to do good things. And that's something that I super enjoy, whether or not they're superheroes or not. Once the superheroes can't be superheroes anymore, we get to see the father figure of the family still trying to help people at his job, which is killing him. But he's still trying to help people at that job. Not necessarily helping the corporation that doesn't need help.
Right.
It's doing just fine. But the people who are in desperate need of the assistance that he can provide to them, he wants to help.
So you
And
like that?
I do like that. I really enjoy the relationship between the husband and wife. Also, that I think it's totally natural. He ends up lying to her about not being fired at his job. He gets rehired as a superhero, and so he goes off doing that, and he doesn't tell her about it, which causes her to be suspicious. I think justly so. And she finds some clues here and there that sort of would lead a person to thinking he's having an affair on me, or he's doing something that could be suspicious. And when they finally run into each other after he's been captured by the bad guy, and she's okay and she's not dead, and he thought she was dead, he doesn't pay any attention to her jealousies or anything that she was previously fretting about. It was just 100%. I'm so glad you're okay. I'm so glad you're here. And just there's no room for those silly things that just weren't true.
Yeah.
And I feel like she also gives him she's able to air her grievances, and then she's able to recognize pretty quickly, well, they weren't true. So I'm going to let them go because they hold no weight.
Sure. Sounds good.
Does that work?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking a lot.
That's okay. You're allowed to talk a lot.
All right. I don't want to monopolize this podcast.
It's your movie. It's the one you picked on your list, and I asked you the question.
Okay.
And so my second question is going to be, what's your favorite scene in The Incredibles?
Oh, my favorite scene.
It's tough, huh?
It really is. There are so many great action pieces in the movie. Man,
I stumped ya.
I don't know. There are several scenes that jump out to me.
Or moment. What's a favorite moment? Even?
Yeah, there are several moments that jump out to me. When they're dropping the van from the bomber, and mom is holding on to the bomber, and then she lets go and she parachutes herself, and they're still having a family squabble-ish as the van is going down. That moment. The moment where Dash is running on top of the water as he's evading bad guys on the island.
Yeah.
That moment. I love the costumer, especially when she's dealing...
Edna Mode.
Yes. Especially when she's dealing with when in Elastigirl. Do you know where he is? There's so many quality moments, and this movie jumps genres. I feel like it's a family dramedy comma. It's not really drama.
Dramedy comma.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm familiar with that genre. I'm going to check that out.
It's a dramedy, or it's a comma.
Well, it took me a second.
You get it?
I'm quick.
But we have the family aspect to it. We've got the superhero aspect to it. The music by Michael Giacchino. Yeah, I think he does an amazing job because he brings in elements of James Bond into his musical score.
Yeah.
So I feel like there are moments when you can really hear.
It's very spy movie music.
Yeah.
I'm pulling a Jason today, and my mouth is everywhere but the microphone.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a good time.
Oh, dear.
But it was just a really enjoyable ride.
Yeah, it's just a super great movie. I think my favorite scene is when they've all just kind of suddenly been thrown together on the island. Everything is high stress and high danger. And I think the guard people in their little spinnery, whatever they are, chase vehicles.
Right, yeah.
Kind of corner them all together as a foursome, and they all just instinctively take their superhero stances.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite moment, when they're just like, this is who we are.
Yeah.
And we're going to kick some butt.
Yeah. And we're going
We're
to
not
stop
taking shit from anybody.
We're going to stop hiding.
We're not taking poo from anybody because it's a Disney movie. You have to edit.
But, this was the very first Pixar movie to be rated PG.
PG, it's because there's so much violence in it.
It was a big deal.
I'm pretty sure some people die, like the guards in the thing that explodes.
They do.
Yeah, so that feels appropriate.
And there were some reviewers that brought that up, like the kids are faced with dealing with guards who are going to kill them, and then they don't show
And they just
emotion,
flat spell it out too. They will kill you.
and they don't show
It was
emotion
a great speech.
when their parents do end up killing people. So,
Yeah.
the comments that people make about how it's not okay that the kids aren't showing emotions when people die.
Oh, right. Gotcha. That's all it took.
There are so many things in between the kids showing emotion about people dying and where we are right now that need to change before we get there and go, you know what? This is not okay.
Yeah.
Kids really should be showing emotion when they kill people.
Right.
I mean,
They really should. It's just realistic.
and here's something that I didn't notice about this movie the first several times that I've watched this. I've watched this movie a lot.
Yeah.
The skin of all of the people in this movie looks plastic. It looks like an action figure.
Mm-hmm.
And that helped to remove me from any kind of emotional attachment of, oh, this is super real.
You're also a grown-up, so
I am a grown-up, yes.
I don't know. That could
At least
have something to do with it.
by age. But yeah, I mean, and this movie came out in 2004, let's say.
Okay.
That could be a clarification.
It's all right.
Let's
We're
see.
lacking on those lately, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
Let's say it came out in 2004, and there have been strides that have been made in the computer animated world since then. So skin can have blemishes and whatnots.
Yeah. But it also may have been purposeful.
It could have been, yeah. I kind of hope that it was.
There were so many things that I noticed this time around in the movie that I had never noticed before, and I kept naming them to you as they were happening.
How many times do you think you've seen this?
A lot. I had little kids when this came out, so like we saw it all the time.
Sure.
But yeah, I was surprised that there were so many things, but I was like, I've never noticed that before. What? The only one I can remember right now is when she's dealing with Mr. Incredible, and he takes his old suit to her to have him sew it up, and she's like, I'm going to make you a fabulous new one, and he's like not paying attention. He just wants her to fix the old one, and she's, yes, I'll stitch the hobo suit. I had never noticed her saying hobo suit, but there were several before that, and I kept saying them to you. Oh my gosh, I've never noticed that before, and you were saying me either, but now I can't remember anything with that.
Well, you only mentioned two outright. You said I'm noticing a whole bunch of things, but then you mentioned these two. The on the card that the female bad guy
Oh yeah, Mirage,
gives to Mr. Incredible, it looks like a
Mirage.
like a 3D thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her card somewhere.
It was an iPad, I mean, it probably wasn't because
Yeah.
they weren't a thing yet, I don't think. But
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
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 That was 3D also.
They all looked 3D. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because it was on a Blu-ray. We watched it this time around on Blu-ray.
Oh, we're so fancy.
We really are.
I guess it's possible. I don't know.
Time out just for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I want to mention that Craigslist, the podcast that we're modeling ourselves after,
Mm-hmm.
is based on a list that Craig Kakowski made over the course of 30 years.
Right. I think maybe you've mentioned that.
I want to mention it again if
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
It's a list that he's made for 30 years. And these lists that we've made, what?
It
Yours
took me about 10 minutes.
Yeah, yours took 10 minutes. Mine took, I'm going to say,
Which
3 weeks.
Which is not to say it wasn't well thought out.
Yeah,
I can do things quickly and have it still be well done.
sure, I understand that. But if you took your time meticulously over 30 years,
Yeah.
do you think you would have a different list?
I don't know.
I do.
You might. I don't have any idea. Probably, yeah, it would be whatever's current at the end of making the list.
All right, time in. You were saying about things.
I have no idea.
Okay. So is that good for...
Yeah, that was great.
That was good stuff. I want to do a little Toastface Theater?
Sure.
Okay.
I feel like Toastface Theater is too close to Khaki Theater.
But why?
It's even the same color.
Your point being?
We could be more creative, more individual, more personal.
Okay. How about let's do Monica's moments.
That's what I get for expressing my thoughts and feelings.
How about you didn't like that one? Now I'm coming up with a new name. I mean, Toastface Theater obviously was a take on Khaki
Khaki
Theater.
Theater from Craigslist.
What's a better name?
I don't know. It's got to have Toastface in it, though.
Toastface Jams. You know, to go along with the whole motif.
Sure. That's fantastic. Let's do some buttery Toastface jams.
All right, Monica, you want to do some buttery Toastface jams?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try some buttery Toastface jams. All right, let's try the scene where Frozone and Mr. Incredible are in the car listening to the scanner
The police scanner, yeah.
through the bit where they don't get captured by the police. So they go in and they rescue the people from the burning building.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, good. Well, Mr. Incredible, I've taken you here in my car. We're listening to a police scanner, and man, I keep telling my wife that we're going bowling, but you just want to sit in the car and relive old days.
Yeah, I do. I want to feel useful. I want to feel necessary and needed. Turn it up.
All right, I'll turn it up, but I'm telling you, just go home and feel useful and necessary. How about that?
What's a 7263?
I think that's a burning building.
We should check it out.
You want to check out a burning building?
Heck yes, I do.
All right, let's go. Here we are at the burning building.
I'm out. Let's go.
All right. You know, this is so ridiculous here. This
I got 2. Do you have any people in it?
Yeah. I've got
I got 2 more.
I've got a person. Look, I don't have the super strength that you do.
I got 3.
I just make ice.
Give me yours. Go get the rest.
I can only get one at a time. I make ice.
I got yours. Go get another one.
Mr. Incredible, I make ice.
Well, do it in here. It's on fire. It
I
needs
can't-
some ice.
I can't. It's too hot in here. It keeps melting.
God, what kind of superpowers are those?
Weak right now. Thank you very much. Why don't you cut me open and drop lemon juice in it?
I don't know why I even brought you.
'Cause I'm your best friend, I thought.
I may rethink this.
Grumpy. All right, I've got a person.
I've got 17. Let's go.
Well, that seems apropos.
Let's go out the front door.
All right. Oh, we've crashed through the floor.
Through the floor?
and the ceiling.
Oh, wow. Things are going wrong.
They really are, but everybody seems to be okay here.
You still have your one?
Well, I've dropped my one. I don't have superhuman strength. I make ice.
Is he here?
I am essentially the machine in a hotel that people dip a bucket into late at night.
Hey, let's maybe focus on the emergency at hand and saving some people.
Sorry, you're right. You're right. You're so right. I'm sorry.
All right, we can't go out the front door, so let's
Hold on, freeze! I'm the cops. Freeze!
in the basement.
Yeah. Yes, we're the cops in the basement.
What the fuck are you doing in the basement?
We came because there's a fire. The whole building's on fire.
It's true.
We're cops of the whole universe. Hey, Mr. Incredible.
Are we still in the building that's on fire?
Yes. And there's a water cooler right next to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a sip of water.
They're gonna shoot you, man. What the fuck are you thinking? You can't move. They've got a gun on you.
I need you to cover me.
I'm holding 17 people.
I want you to do a tap dance so that they... I can hear you both. I really can hear you both.
Shit, they can hear us.
Honestly. I'm right here.
Dude, you're really expecting a lot of me? I'm holding 17 people. I've crashed through the floor. You didn't even hold on to your one person. All you can do is make ice. You can't even make ice.
All right.
And now you want me to take a bullet for you?
Mr. Cop. Yeah? I need you to let me take a drink of water.
He's thirsty. He's dehydrated.
I get that. Because it's hot.
It is. I mean, we could all use a drink, right?
Sure, yeah.
We'll just pass it around.
I just want you guys to know I want you to get a drink of water.
That works for us. Thank you.
I'm going to get a drink of water. Now you want me to freeze? and scene.
I'm still working really hard on the improvisation thing.
That was rough.
My
I
brain really wants me to go, wait, that's not how it goes.
Monica is not
really
a trained improviser, and in fact, it's going against a lot of your instincts to just improvise here with me.
It's going against every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
all of them.
A little nerve-wracking for you, and you're pushing through it, and I think you're doing a great job.
Well, I'm pretty amazing.
You really are. You really, really are. 100% agree with that. Yeah, she's not an improviser, and she's doing a magnificent job of doing buttery toastface jams.
I was just about to say, you don't have to butter me up.
But I do, because
Clever.
it's buttery toastface jams.
That's going to be a thing now.
I really appreciate the work that you did. That's a hard movie to do a scene from.
It's not that bad. No, I had fun with it.
Oh, I had a blast with it.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
good.
So would you recommend The Incredibles?
Oh, of course.
Good. I would too, obviously.
We didn't really ruin anything for anybody if they wanted to go off and watch it and hadn't seen it before. If you haven't seen it before, what's wrong with you? Go
watch it.
Go watch it. Borrow
Right
a
now.
copy from your neighbor. Everybody has this movie. Go.
Yeah. And you should watch it before a year from now when Incredibles 2 is supposed to be released.
Is this supposed to be?
Incredibles 2 is supposed to be released.
That was so funny to me. I don't know why.
It sounded like a little child.
It did.
Little Topher inhabited my mouth just
You
then.
think it- What?
Little Topher inhabited my mouth just then.
I heard Little Topher. It happened in my mouth just then.
Oh, dear. Oh, so much.
Oh, this is a colorful one. So,
So we're moving on to movie number 46 for you.
46. Number 46 for me is The Witch.
What? That's awesome.
Which we've already seen because it was on Topher's list.
That's so awesome.
So
That's so awesome.
I'm a little nervous that there are several like that and that you're going to get to them before I get to them on my list. Because you'll have them lower than I do.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Well, fuck you, but it's okay. So instead
The
of
substitution for The Witch.
I'm going to stick in the same genre, and I'm even going to stick in the same tone
Ooh.
by saying we're going to watch It Follows.
Well, well, well.
Yes.
All right.
This will be my third time to see it.
Okay.
And it just came out not terribly long ago.
I think this will be my second time to see it.
Cool.
Although I did enjoy it quite a bit the first time I watched it.
I feel like it's got the same feeling and tone, like I said, as The Witch, in that it's super intense and creepy.
Not too many jump scares.
No jump scares. There's maybe a couple, but it's all about. It reminds me very much of Alien.
Yeah. Building the tension.
Completely different movies, but yeah, the whole time you're totally freaked out about what is going on.
For sure.
And there's not really anything going on. I mean, there's genuinely stuff to be tense about, but you see it very, very seldom. Very little in the movie. Anyway, it's a really good one. If you haven't seen It Follows and you enjoy tense, I don't know, what do you call them, psycho thrillers?
Yeah, sure.
No, it feels more like, well, I don't know, whatever. It's good. Go watch it.
It's another good movie.
Yeah.
And it's a substitution for The Witch.
Yes, which was my number 46.
Excellent. I probably should have put The Witch higher on my list. Thinking about it now.
It's okay.
Watching it, it was my number 50. I really should have placed it higher because I really do enjoy that movie.
Yeah, it's really
quite a bit.
good. I just know
Wouldst thou like to live?
Deliciously.
Damn it, Anya Joy Taylor.
Would you like to live deliciously?
Hey there.
What's thou?
Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? Wouldst thou like to have a new car? I know I'st thou. Wouldst like thou.
Hey, I'm just wondering. What's thou like to live deliciously?
Hey.
There you go.
Hey.
That's what it sounds like in my head.
Hey, wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Adrian! I don't know what happened.
We just had a lot of fun right there. So, hey, you guys out there, go out and watch It Follows. We're going to watch It Follows, and we'll come back next time and talk to you about it, all right?
Woo!
The end.
We're gonna toast some face. We're gonna pod some cast.
Toast face.
We're gonna toast some face.